before also over here. This is a Sensex weekly chart. So now you can see this is a log chart, so it's a slightly different view, but for our purposes this is really it presents a very nice view of what's going on over here. You see this area over here, this is where I did call for a sell-off, and we did that sell-off to over here. Now we are back above this important line drawn over here, but it needs to be seen for how long that will be there. The next time we break down below this, we might not get back again. So okay, it's still within the channel, is trying to inch back towards touching this line again. It might not make it there, so in my opinion all rallies should be sold. In all probability will be going down and touching this area of the channel, the lower part. If you pull all the way up the full market from 1980, you can see how important this line is. We should be touching eventually somewhere around the 6400 area, which might come to around 2000 odd levels on Nifty. So that's what I'm looking for as ultimate target for this bear market to get over, and that might also be the first leg of the bear market, but we'll get into all that a bit later. Okay, now yeah, this is the poll that I did recently. Just thought I'd just say a few words on that. It's quite surprising that well, not exactly surprising. I mean, most of you are readers of this blog, so I expect that whatever I'm thinking is also rubbing off on you. Very large percentage are pretty bearish. Um, some people are calling for a range. I'm in between both of these camps. We were in a range definitely, but we're gonna resolve that range very soon. I'm expecting down, but we'll have to see how that works out. Well, to the folks who are calling for a big rally, I don't have anything to say. I'd be very surprised. Okay, now I also just want to touch on this fractal post that I did few posts below this one. I don't know, I mean, I'm just hoping that all of you got what I'm trying to convey over here. Basically, fractals are things that repeat in nature. You can see that in different areas of nature. um, you know eh, the same thing obviously happens in the market also. So F1, F2, F3, the same thing is repeating over here. Obviously the magnitude and always small things differ, but basic idea is that it has to follow that pattern, um, you know to somewhat of a level. And as the days are going by, I mean, I'm seeing more clarity in the pattern. For example, over here I wasn't sure whether this was F5 or F7. And that's one thing that stopped me from taking profits over here. But now as I watch it, I can see that this is actually F5, which we did over here, came down to F6. Now we're doing that bounce over here, F7. You can see over here also you had two very strong days that probably had everyone pulled up again. Then what happened? It just went down. We made a marginal new high and then just broke down to new lows, to make F8, and that's probably what's going to happen here also. Make F8 probably around somewhere 2500 levels, and then from there bounce up to F9, again giving a very good shot before the final terminal decline. This one. Now the problem of this kind of declines is that it rarely gives us opportunity to short in between. That's why I always prefer to build shorts you know as early as possible, because okay, you might have to take a little bit of drawdown, but targets in the end tend to be quite good. So and the other thing is the MACD over here. You can see how similar this is. Gave a sell, came up, made a kiss back. We're close to making a kiss back. You can see where the price is. This is a little bit older, so I think we've gone a little bit up. I would expect us to start to move towards F8 very soon. But let's see how that works. um, Something else also I just wanted to say before I wrap up, the nifty data, uh, the volume pattern. This is something known as Wyckofian method of analysis is what it is called. um, you can see over here volume, big volume, much bigger volume, slightly bigger volume, and you can see how the price moves. This is at a higher level. It's gone much pushed on to a much higher level on a higher volume, kicked off here, declined. Now see this dominant candle over here has got the highest volume. So for this up move to actually break out above this or even break into this candle, it's got to generate more volume than this. That's the basic concept of volume analysis. And at this point of time, I find that actually very I'm very skeptical about that happening. We've got to break above this high with higher volumes than this, and you can see we've never done that. I think this started with that Satyam debacle. So whoever sold over there, it actually creates a pressure point over here, because of the high volume, and it's a sell-off on high volume. So that makes it all the much more difficult to enter back into that or even break out above it. Um, and Wyckofian analysis is a very interesting field, rather complicated. I don't know much about it, but some volume points I'm trying to grasp some basic concepts on that. So it's going to be very difficult. The coming week will be, I think, pivotal. We might make marginal new highs, um, new highs in this area, but it would be a great shot if we do get that. Worst case, I would expect the market to go to 3050, and remember, that's worst case. If we do that, I would say go 100% in short, um, for the final terminal move. Let's get bullish after that. This is not the time to be bullish. As always, this is just my view, and all usual disclaimers apply. Okay, I will catch you guys later. Thank you for listening. Bye.